For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below. Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Camping and Leisure with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you guys a review on an updated awning from Vango. So this here is the Vango Kela. So we're talking about the Kela 5, which essentially is sort of updated for the 2019 season. And if you've not really heard of the Kela before, it's pretty much the most popular driveway awning on the market. Whether you've got something like a small T5 bongo or all the way up to sort of motorhomes, you know, it is one model to fit yourself. Even you look in sort of transits, there is something pretty much in the market for you. The joys of why the Kela is so popular is merely down to kind of the specification in the actual awning itself, plus the fact the features that you will see in terms of the quite unique and, you know, help to make it probably what is the UK's best selling driveway awning. Pardon me. It's inflatable, so it's very quick and easy to put up, and you can check out our own Attwoolls pitching and packing videos of how simple and easy it really is to put this thing up. I think I put it on a motorhome and it took me around about sort of 6-7 minutes, which is perfect for if you're touring or for longer stays. It just takes the hassle out of it as well, and certainly when you're doing it on your own, that's where the real amount of time is saved. You've got simply just 2 inflatable beams either side. They've got a special airspeed valve, and they also the same length as well. Nice, strong and robust. It's kind of 3 layers to the concept, so it's in the worst case scenario, if you did have an issue, you can unzip it, patch it, put it back in, or if you wanted to carry a spare inner tube just for peace of mind, the same inner tube fits the front as well as the back beams as well. This is kind of the awning as it's freestanding without necessarily attachments at the back, but you can check out our pitching video, and that shows you kind of the full extent of it as well. But all we've done is really just roll this away and then sort of strapped it back just to kind of, as you would, like I said, if you were driving away. You can always check out our little tutorial video about how the best ways to sort of also attach it and pitch it, also as well as driving away as well. We've got whole loads of that on our YouTube channel. Going into 2019, we're talking about different features now. So you've still got the fabric we've known and loved with the Kela. The only main difference really is the fact that it's now got colour lock in it. So colour lock kind of makes, when we talk about denier, a little bit irrelevant, mainly because the denier doesn't straight away contribute to lifespan. It does a little bit, but then what they've done is they've locked the colour in. So it's a new feature that's sort of pattern painted from Vango that makes the fabric last even longer before. So actually lasts about twice as long as it did previously. So not only are you talking a much more, last year it was sort of like a 420 double ripstock. The ripstock really does help to make it that extra bit of strength, but now you've got colour lock on top of that. So yeah, again, if you're talking durability and sort of lifespan of a product, this is going to be perform much higher than it did previously in the same Kela style. An update with the nice PVC windows. It's kind of a little bit more elasticated fabric, so it's easier to get them wrinkle free, but also durability wise, it's going to last you a bit longer as well. You've also got a low level ventilation scattered around it as well, to give yourself a good circulation of air to kind of make it feel a bit sort of fresher on the inside, as well as nice sort of sky windows just to help to flood the light in when you want to have the privacy curtains up as such as well. The thing that's always renowned about the Kela is sort of the detail and the features. So you've got strong webbing straps at the front to give you good torsion away from your vehicle. A big nice door panel to give you obviously coverage when you want to, but there's a big window in there so you can flood plenty of light in when you want to as well. There is a secondary mesh panel, so there's a front mesh that zips all the way in place here, so allow circulation of air when you don't want sort of the bugs and critters coming in. But let's talk more about certain features as we have a little bit more on the inside. So now inside the Kela, you can kind of get a bit more of a grasp of mainly the size and space you've got inside of here, but also kind of the internal sort of position of everything really. So like I said, you've got this nice big open door, which on the outside you can have as mesh to get yourself circulation, but you've also got then a side mesh door as well as just a general walk in and out. The joys of this is actually, like I said, it's down to specification, and one thing you won't see in the Vango range as well is that middle fitting awning. So the Kela comes with 3 different sizes. They do a low, a standard and a tall. So it's the only model in the range they do a standard model. So if you're looking like lines of sort of a low profile vehicles, or alternatively, like I said, like a sort of high-low transit. That's where the standard model really comes into it. So the low will fit anything from sort of 180 to about 205. 205 to 245 will be the standard, and 245 upwards. So it depends on where your wind-out awning or your rail is sitting, on kind of what model you could go for. Beautiful PVC windows like you saw on the outside to give you plenty of visibility, but you've also got zip-up curtains as well. So the joys of the zip-up curtains is that you can get better coverage and go almost like halfway, or go all the way up, and it just goes like so. Inside here, you've also got like a little mini skyliner to help with condensation and give you that kind of double glazing effect. The thing I prefer probably from something like the Kela in relation to the galley compact, for example, is your tunnel attachment is much wider. So you've kind of got this middle division door. With the galley compact, you're looking from a very narrow sort of opening from the awning to a wide span on the vehicle as such. Now, it's not bad as a tunnel, but the problem what you find is you've got no storage area. With this, it's a bit harder to say without the vehicle here, but you can roll that back, and then you can either use it as a nice wide berth here, or instead use storage area behind this panel and merely enter from there at all. And again, that could be completely sealed up, so when you drive away like we are looking at the moment, you can get a sort of full coverage. You've got a nice full-on sewn-in ground sheet into the model as well, to also keep the bugs at bay and just make it kind of feel more homely in a single room. There are a lot of sort of inner tents you can purchase as well, and the single inner tent will fit in and take up about half the living area just there. And it's got entrances on the front and also the side as well. That same inner tent can actually be sort of turned inside out to fit on the other side if you ever wanted to, but really because the door kind of zips that way, and the fact that, you know, if you wanted to sleep 4 people in there, you could do, but preferably most people still just tend to put a single in a bedroom there and accommodate extra people outside of the vehicle itself. There are a range of sort of carpets and also footprints to fit this model as well. And if you wanted something a bit more different, there is the Dura, which essentially is the kind of the polycotton version of this, so something that's a bit more breathable. And again, if you're going across to sort of more sort of European destinations or even in the UK, you'll notice quite a bit of difference in terms of the internal temperature, as well as sort of the lifespan goes on even further again from this fabric as such. One thing you probably is to bear in mind is you get things like throw-over straps included with it. So again, in terms of the attachment, you may look at the lines of fixing kit, but if you want to just go with something simple, throw-over straps are probably a really good way to go. But things like pumps, rock pegs, mallets are all included in the product, which, yet again, it's not really, it's always those things you don't think about, but because they include it, it just makes that price point even better. The ripstop fabric really does help to make it sort of even more durable. So if you get a small little tear, it's not going to suddenly carry on going anywhere else. And again, with the amount of ventilation panels you've got not only in the top, but below the windows, really does help to keep it a bit more fresher inside the vehicle itself. Generally a really positive model, and another new addition for the 2019 season is the bag's changed. So rather than the bag being kind of like the single kind of open for one end bag, it's kind of like a luggage cargo bag, where it's sort of open wide of mine. So what you find is much easier to get back in the bag as well. When you look at our picture and packing videos on the item, you'll see it's like a drawstring top. So that's, again, a really nice addition to the 2019 range. Like with anything from Vango, what you can also do as well, once you purchase it through a deal like us, you can extend your 2-year warranty to a 3rd year completely free just by registering your product on Vango, and all they'll ask is like an Attwoolls receipt, and then that way you can get registered and get that 3rd year completely free. Really positive model, certainly one we tend to have up on our indoor display showrooms. You want to come and see it in the flesh, feel it, and get a justification for the size of it. That's really worth doing. One final thing I will mention as well is the ability if you've got Skytrak running through in here. So Skytrak is almost like a hanging point system in the tent. It can be positioned any way you want. That's how the Skyliners as such clip on. You've also got a brace beam in the roof to give you extra torsion when you can drive away. And that really helps to make the roof look really nice and sort of stretched as it should do, even if you're not necessarily the best at putting them up, for example. But generally on the cusp things, you can kind of really see why this is essentially the UK's best-selling driveway inflatable awning, just because it's a good amount of room, not too big, not too small, features involved, incredible quality, and again, it's the level of detail they go to, with each individual part of it. So that's kind of a little video review on the Kela. Any more information you want on the product, feel free to get in contact with us, or alternatively check our website below. But let us know what you think in the comments below.